I'm in the garage today because I'm 3D printing, but it's a little bit chilly, 12 degrees. And this is one reason I bought this product. Filament dryer. But I've got myself a good bargain, €59 for a twin dryer, complete with 2 sets of filament. Well, that's what the order said. Let's see if I actually got the rolls of filament. So that's an instruction. Nicely packaged. That's a bit weighty, so I'm assuming that's going to be the power supply. 12 or 24 volts, I'd imagine. Do that in a minute. Yes, looks like there is filament in there. So let's get this bad boy out. Well packaged anyway, so full marks for that. This is upside down. So even if it's not the best filament in the world, it will do for prototyping stuff. So the lid's off because it would normally come attached, but because there's filament in there and they pack it so well, it's happy days. So it should be a roll of black and a roll of white. Black PLA, white PLA, happy days. So the reason I got this is because if I zoom into what I've got at the moment, oh, you can just see the spool in the background there. Here it's in the open and it's on the standard spool holder, although I've got a piece of waste pipe over it with silicone grease on the inside of the waste pipe. It just makes it spin better, that's all. So that's what I've done there. But I do have to regularly dry my PLA. I use a dehumidifier. I use a food dehumidifier for that. So the reason for this is that once I dry my filament, this will dry the filament. It won't dry nylon that because it doesn't go hot enough. I think it only goes up to 50 degrees. It'll take days to dry nylon. I've got this so I can keep my PLA and PETG, because that's what I'm mainly printing, in here, and I can print from this box. So I can dry it in my food dehydrator, put this in there, put it on low temperature, and it can just chug away like that. I probably will have to redo my profiles because obviously my profiles are expecting the filament to go in. Well, it's winter now, 12 degrees. In the summer it can go inside. We get 32 inside, so I don't want to run the air conditioning. So if I can control my environment, I can keep my profiles the same winter and summer. So let's have a look at this. So in the bottom I can see tracks on looks like a PCB or a film, which are the heaters. There is a small fan in the back, 12 volt fan, looks like a 40/40 fan. Space here for air to come up around, and vents in here, you can see, to come up around. These are actually ball bearings. I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, miniature ball bearings, individually done. So it's split in the middle, so you can put 2 filaments in, roller filament, or if you've got a big wide filament, it'll probably straddle the centre bar. So let's just get a roll of filament out. Yeah, that's good. So that's not rolling too quick, so it's not going to be pulled by the extruder and then sort of unroll itself in the box. So there is a bit of resistance on that, but I've got a dual geared extruder, so that's going to easily pull that around. I don't think it's rubbing on anything. No, that's fine. Oh, yeah, that's good. So let's get the lid on.
Thank you.
And it looks like there's a gasket, so around the lid there is a gasket, so that's going to be actually sealed when it's put. So, two reasons I selected this one. One, because it was a cracking deal. I'm sure it was €59.99 delivered. It was a 2-spool holder, which was brilliant because I may have to bring my Ultimaker 2 down here. This is my my big bedded 5+ here, where I can print 400. The reason I chose this one was it had quite good reviews when I was looking around, and the filament came out the top, so it ideally suit the position. I've got my printer, and at the moment where I've got my extruder, so my spool's here, as you can see in the back, so it goes straight up in the extruder. So my idea is that this box can sit like this in that corner. I can see the screen from the front of the printer, and that's it. So these have seals on, so you can seal it to stop moisture getting in. People were saying that these clips could be quite hard, but they go down really nicely. I'm not really pressing down on that. But when you're drying the filament, so when it's in drying mode, although I'm not going to use this for drying, I would imagine you're going to have to leave the lid open to let the moisture out, because otherwise where's the moisture going to go? I'm not sure whether at the moment there's going to be space in here for silica gel, but I don't think you need it, so I think that's going to be good. So let's get the old power supply out. Hopefully it's got the right plug on, seeing I've ordered it from Italy. Yeah, 2-pin plug. So 110 to 240, 12 volt, 4 amp. Plus in the middle there's a normal power supply. So it was strange when I first started this print. I'm just printing my Bowden tube securing brackets. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the video for that. That's what I'm reprinting now, because I've been altering my fan ducts and the current one I've got on there doesn't fit, so just printing a quick new print. So the gasket on the back as well, so you know, if you use this for a storage case, you can actually plug that off, so it is really well sealed. Look, I'd imagine that is 12 degrees current temperature, 60 humidity, so that is warming up. Anyway, I'm not going to go through controls in this video. The main thing for posting this is, if you can see this deal, it was on Amazon, so $59.99 I'm sure it was, cracking deal. I'm going to use this tomorrow. So I'll probably do a follow-up review on it, and I will use it for drying. I will, because all my filaments dry at the moment and in dry boxes with lots of silica gel. But yeah, that's just a quick introduction. So check if you can still find it on the interweb and see what it's like. But say, people have reviewed it quite well, and it does dry. So the lid stays up and the hinge feels quite strong, so that's good. So my idea is that's going to go in there. Going to get some Bowden tube in here somehow. I think these just screw on and off, these connectors. Yeah, look, these just screw on and off, so probably I can put a connector in that, get a bit of Bowden tube in, and it will just guide it in there, but it's going to be so short I might actually not need it, but it's just a bit of guidance. Anyway, that's Andy saying good afternoon. See if you can get yourself a cracking deal. It was a Christmas present to myself, because I'm printing in a damn cold garage. As I can say, it is 12 degrees, so yeah, probably not doing the filament very good. But say I do use a filament dehydrator, which is up here. So I do use one of them to dry it, and that does it very quickly. I've had no problems with that, but it's quite awkward to put some rollers in that so you can print from it. So I thought for 59 quid with 2 rolls of filament, which even if you get the cheapest filament going to be, what, well, I think the cheapest I can get is 20 quid a roll at the moment. So, you know, I've got this dryer for virtually nothing. Anyway, Andy, wishing you a very good afternoon.